What's going on, everyone, and welcome to What's Cooking with SCHEELS. Today, I got a family recipe for you. We're doing smoked egg bake on the Traeger. What really sets this recipe apart is the 2.5 cups of seasoned croutons. So we'll get those into our already greased tin. I like using these tins for when we're chucking these on the Traeger. Super simple, much less cleanup, especially when I like doing this at the lake. The next thing we will do is we've got 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese, just usually a full bag at your grocery store. We'll kind of sprinkle that in here. Doesn't need to be too pretty right now because we'll mix this all up at the end. The next thing, we'll kind of shake that around. We've got 2 pounds of sausage links here. I use sausage links. I like to then cook them, drain them, and I like to cut them with this nice Traeger scissors. We get nice little chunks here that you can see that just give you a little bit more of a meatier bite in that egg bake when you're going to eat it, which I enjoy a little bit more. But I'm not saying that sausage links is the only way you can do this. You can do sausage links, you can do bacon, you can do ham, you can do a roll of Jimmy Dean hot sausage, whatever. I've experimented with maple, sage, just a bunch of flavors like that. Really, the sky's the limit. I just really enjoy these links. So the next thing we will do is kind of mix up our egg mixture here. So to do that, I've got 6 eggs that we'll go ahead and crack. Once we get these eggs cracked, what we'll do is we're going to add in 2.5 cups of milk, and I like using 2% milk. And then another little secret, and I don't know how much of a secret it is, but we add in a can of cream of mushroom soup. So with that cream of mushroom soup, it really adds kind of that nice gravy type consistency with really good flavor. So we'll get all that in here. And then set that off to the side. And then like I said, we'll add the 2.5 cups of milk. That's good. And then I'm going to take these gloves off now that I got the eggs out of the way. And then we'll add 3/4 teaspoon some dry mustard. So we'll grab our whisk and we'll kind of whisk all this stuff together, just making sure that our eggs are nice and beaten together, a nice, good, smooth mixture. We don't need any sunny side up eggs or anything like that, so we'll make sure they're nice and beaten up. And like I said, we're going to cook this on the Traeger. So how we're going to do that is we're going to get that Traeger going at about 350 degrees, just like an oven, and we'll throw that on there for about 45 minutes to an hour. Time really isn't too much of a factor. We're more so looking for our eggs being all the way cooked and a nice, decent consistency when we pull off the egg bake. And I really like the edges being crispy and brown, so you'll see that when we pull this egg bake off. So I got this nice and mixed up. Put this over here. And like I said, we'll take our egg mixture and just kind of pour it over the top of this egg bake. All right, that's good. And then on to another seasoning that I like to add is this blackened Saskatchewan rub. This rub is one of my favorites from Traeger. Obviously, it goes great on egg bake. I like putting on scrambled eggs, hash browns. It's great for that steak crust. I like searing my steaks with this, and it really gets you a nice peppery, garlicky bite, which I really enjoy. So I'll just kind of apply a little bit of this in here, and this still gives people the freedom to kind of add salt and pepper at the end if they so choose when this thing gets pulled off. So now I'll grab my spatula again, and what we're going to do here is just kind of mix everything together. We're really trying to make sure that all our croutons and cheese are mixed together, and that crouton No single crouton is out and dry and getting exposed, because we really want those croutons to soak up that egg mixture. And that's really where our flavor is going to live in this egg bake. So once I'll get this all mixed up, and then what we're going to do is we will cover it with this pan. Some of them come with lids. I'll just throw some tin foil on this one. We'll throw it in the fridge for an overnight sit. Let those croutons soak up all the good flavors. And then we wake up in the morning. Whoever at our lake cabin, whoever's up first gets the duty of putting the egg bake on the Traeger in the oven, and then we'll enjoy it. All right, we're back now. This has been sitting in the fridge overnight, and we're just gonna peel our tin foil off, make sure we're looking good, and it is looking amazing. So, like I said, we're gonna throw this on our Traeger now. We got it at 350. I like to use any type of pellet that we know it smokes well. Oak, hickory, mesquite, anything that really gets that smokiness going. This isn't gonna be on the Traeger for too long, so that added smoke really lets you get more smoky flavor into your egg bake for that added flavor. So let's throw this thing on the Traeger. So we've got our Ironwood 885 rolling here at 350. I like throwing my egg bake on this bottom shelf here. The Ironwood's nice. It's got a couple different options for you to keep those shelves in there, but we'll chuck it on here, we'll center it up, we'll close her, and we'll come back in 45 minutes. We checked it at about 45 minutes and it wasn't looking quite done. So we're coming back now at about 55 minutes to an hour. And I'm gonna open this Traeger up and I'll show you kind of the signs of what I'm looking for at the egg bake to make sure that it's done. The first thing I notice is that we got nice crust around the outside. It's kind of pulling into the middle. So that's the first sign that I know that we're sitting in a pretty good spot. The next thing I do is I just take a toothpick, kind of like a cake, and I just stick it in, and it comes out fairly clean. So I think this egg bake's done. We'll pull it off. We'll let it cool off, and then we'll enjoy it. This egg bake has been sitting for about 10 to 15 minutes. I've got the perfect piece on my plate. When I'm looking for that perfect piece, obviously I'm looking for that extra meat, because every single bite needs a piece of that sausage. And what I look for is that nice crispy edge of that cheese that just got ever so slightly burnt from the side of the pan. And I can't wait to dig into this. So let's see how it is. That crouton is just a game changer. You can't go wrong with it. If you've been using bread, you got to use those croutons. So, if you guys like this recipe, make sure you like the video, subscribe to us. What's Cooking at SCHEELS? Every week we're going to be coming out with recipes. We got queso, we got ribs, we got steak, you name it. If you want to see us cook something, make sure to throw it in the comments, and we'll see you next time.